today to talk to us, because when the word of God come true, it's for both the preacher and also for the people that are listening, the listener. But today, because people have been asking, why are people righteous doing the will of God and still they remain poor? And I feel that the best way to tackle this topic is to go through the Word of God. For before I go into the Word of God, I want you to understand this. It's all about choice. There are some principles that answer to riches. And even the provisions of the promises of God, part of the provision of the promises of God are riches and are blessing. But let us go quickly to the book of 2 Kings chapter 4, and I read from verse 1. A certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets cried out to Elisha, saying, Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that your servant feared the Lord, and the creditor is coming to take my two sons. Amen. Coming to take my two sons to be his slave. 2. So Elisha said to her, What shall I do for you? Tell me. What do you have in the house? And she said, Your maidservant has nothing in the house but a jar of oil. I want to tell you quickly, for the fact that Elisha never denied or never questioned the remark of the woman concerning her husband proved that indeed he was a righteous man. But what could have made a person that have served, being a blessing to many people, but poor to that degree that even people are willing to take his children as a payment of his debt? So what could have been the reason? So what I'm trying to say is that it's possible for you to be righteous, doing the will of God, observing the ordinances of God, and still carelessly poor. So riches are also the inheritance of God. For the fact that God, Christ himself, promised us reward. He said, for those who have served me, who have done this, as he was answering Peter, he said they got their reward here on earth and later in heaven. That means what could have been the reward of the Lord? I believe blessings will be there. Long life. He said, with long life I will satisfy you. So checking about the remark of this prophet, it wasn't too old till he died, and he left a heavy load of debt for the family. So I believe that following the line of righteousness can also bring the reward of blessing. But the issue of poverty and being righteous is still possible if you are not tackling or following the right principle to make wealth. So it is the will of God that will prosper. Christ in us, the hope of glory. But at the same time, there are some certain things we need to do. Number one, you need to make the decision to be rich. So let's go a little bit further to the book of Luke 16 from verse 19. And there was a certain rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen and fed simultaneously every day. 20. But there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, full of sores, who was laid at his gate. 21. Desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sore. If we want to read further, we'll realize that truly Lazarus made heaven. His righteousness got him to heaven. But his righteousness could not give him riches or put him in a place of wealth and comfort while he was alive. But one thing I want you to know, the Bible says he was desiring to be fed by the crumbles that fell. What is your desire? What are you desiring for? If you want to be rich and wealthy and blessed on this earth, it's possible for you to be rich on earth and still be blessed in heaven thereafter. But what are you desiring? Are you desiring for little? Are you desiring for sustenance? Are you desiring for livelihood? Or you are desiring for the fulfillment of God's purpose and the reality of His promises for you? So for you to tap into the promises of God, you need to desire. Your faith level must be high. You need to curse poverty. You need to desire something that is too big. You are not, some people, you think you can intimidate God with your requests. God is not afraid of that. Just increase your faith to get to that level of affluence. It's very, very important. He made that decision to be eating crops. You can make a decision to be in a position of prince and king, to move with great men. It's about desiring. He made the choice to sit by the gates. You can make a choice today to sit with kings, to sit to mingle with princes, and to dine with head of state. It is very, very important. But start with your choice and with your desire. I know that Jesus said it will be difficult for rich people to make heaven, but He never said it is a sin to be rich as a child of God. But I want you to know it is possible to be righteous, to be rich, and to make heaven. Abraham was rich, and he was even richer in heaven. It has to do with your heart, and it has to do with...
Hey, my name is Peter Akini. I'm an evangelist, I'm an exhorter, a writer, and a musician. I just want to tell you, for your soul food, for inspirational words and an amazing messages, please subscribe to Peter Akini on YouTube. God bless you. Thank you.